Hello everybody, welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming for the first week of August 2022. I'm your host Mark Kai, and let's get right into it. For our first top 3 story, Riot Games' Wild Rift drew $750 million in player spending. According to data.ai, Wild Rift has generated this amount in nearly 2 years on the iOS and Google Play Store, and China currently ranks as the top revenue generator for the game, with player spending worldwide increasing 7-fold after Wild Rift was released in China. Hint, hint, mobile gaming in China is pretty huge. That being said, Wild Rift still trailed behind Arena of Valor during the first half of 2022 in terms of mobile game revenue. So this is overall great to see for Riot Games. This evidently shows the power of mobile gaming and how much revenue it can generate. I'd love to see the revenue generation breakdown by region overall for the game compared to the number of players, so we can see the ARPU with a region breakdown. I know there's no way Riot's ever going to release that data because it's, very sensitive information for them, but regardless, it's still interesting to see, and I would love to potentially see that, interesting to mull about at least. With so many players, people, spending money in games, it's no wonder that mobile gaming is getting a huge viewership in Asia. That being said, China is a calamity in gaming right now with all the restrictions they're putting on folks to play games, stream games, do esports, game publishers, things like that. So we'll see how other game publishers look to expand their IP to different platforms like Riot did with Wild Rift, and the success of those other expansions as well. Facebook Gaming are going to shut down their mobile app. This change comes on October 28th and was revealed from an announcement sent out to creators and folks active on the platform. Meta said they would continue to operate the gaming division despite the shutdown, and in July of 2022, Facebook Gaming amassed 424 million hours watched compared to Twitch's 1.7 billion hours watched and YouTube Gaming's 292 million hours watched. A few days after this was announced, Meta revealed they're also acquiring VR startup 𝗠𝗿, which makes haptic tech for VR. Interestingly enough, as remember though, their acquisition of VR fitness app dev Within was actually flagged by the FTC. And something also interesting to note is that Vivek Sharma, who was previously the VP of Facebook Gaming and most recently served as the VP of Horizon, which is Meta's VR social platform, left the company. So not all this is correlated at all, but it's in the realm of VR Meta, so it's something, just interesting to note about all this and the timing of it. I personally believe Meta is really focusing on VR and waning its interest in games. Even though they're continuing it, they're not investing more into it, and since they haven't really signed a ton of folks like YouTube Gaming, even with YouTube Gaming, their hours watched being less. So either way, we'll see what VR company that Meta looks to acquire next to build its VR empire. For our final top 3 story, creators are just doing some really awesome things. I just want to highlight a few events and initiatives that some creators are running, which are super awesome. So the first thing here is Z Event, which is an annual charity event hosted by popular French streamers Zerator and Dach, where they raise money, as much money as they can, for charities. Last year, they raised 10 million euros for charities, with French President Emmanuel Macron praising the initiative. It also got 22 million hours watched with a peak viewership of 1.3 million viewers, which is awesome. Secondly, Cutie Cinderella is once again hosting Shit Camp 2022 after a successful Shit Camp 2021. This brings some of the biggest streamers such as Austin Show, Hassan, Ludwig, Valkyrie, XQC, and others together for a degenerate weekend of streaming. Last year, the event brought in 155k peak viewers and nearly 1 million hours watched. Ludwig is hosting a Smash tournament called Ludwig Smash Invitational with a $60,000 prize pool. He will feature 32 Melee and 32 Ultimate players, with the stream taking place in October on his channel. He's also done some esports, or he has some of the largest esports Smash players attending once again, and is pushing for esports on his own, as he's hosted other esports events in the past, which is awesome. And last but not least, Myth is hosting a $100,000 Rumbleverse tournament called Rumbleverse Creator Belt Series, which actually took place earlier this week. He had some of the largest gaming creators compete with Sequisha, beating Lyric to take home the victory. So I just want to highlight these events here. It's really cool to see creators doing so many cool events, right? It builds hype, it gets community involved, and it also allows for brands to get involved. So I really think the future is all creator based. As far as partnerships go, Enthusiast Gaming partnered with the National Football League. The new Tuesday Night Gaming initiative will be a weekly series that's streamed on YouTube featuring NFL players competing alongside gaming creators, and this will commence on September 13th, and this will be a multi-year partnership between both of these parties. Loud partnered with betting platform Midnight. Loud will promote Midnight's brand via social and video content. Also to note, Loud's parent company Space Caps invested an undisclosed amount into Midnight, which means they'll also become an advisor for Midnight. Team Vitality partnered with Faceit. They will collaborate on new initiatives for a hub for French CSGO players, and the partnership is an effort to give undiscovered talent a spotlight, as well as giving fans a chance to organize tournaments as well. Riot Games partnered with Take This to support mental health for players and content creators. A program designed to meet the needs of casual and professional streamers will be made as a result of this partnership, with additional panel discussions focused on mental health and marginalized communities. For finance and M&A, Roblox acquired the virtual games company TriplePlay. TriplePlay was founded 2 years ago and wanted to offer remote teams a way to build camaraderie as well as connection, as well as gamified social events for companies, and they raised $1 million in their seed fund and will now be deleting user data from September 30th onwards. Sprocket Games raised $5 million. This was founded by Riot Game veterans, and Sprocket Games recently raised a $5 million seed round. The studio is making a cross-platform social adventure game and touts itself as being a progressive studio that enables and encourages employees to bring their whole selves to work. Sony and Tencent acquired a 30% stake in From Software. Japanese studio From Software is the maker of Elden Ring and other Dark Souls games, and Tencent made the purchase through its Hong Kong subsidiary Sixjoy. It'll be interesting to see how these games get pushed more towards the Chinese market and how Sony will work with From Software here. Microsoft is under review by the UK regulator for their Activision Blizzard acquisition. They will be moved to a Phase 2 investigation according to the UK's Competition and Markets Authority if they cannot answer its concerns about reducing competition in the console, multi-game subscription, and cloud gaming markets. I'll be following other roadblocks that Microsoft hits with this proposed acquisition as well in the future. NetEase acquired the French developer Quantic Dream. This marks NetEase's first studio in Europe, and they're evidently looking to expand amidst China not allowing them to get more licenses. Quantic Dream are most notably known for making Detroit Become Human, and Quantic Dream will continue to operate independently and continue to be led by David Cage and Guillaume de Fondermere. As far as workforce changes go, Andrew Lillian joins Mastercard as the VP of Global Consumer Marketing. He spent the last 11 years at Turtle Beach leading marketing for the organization, has lots of experience in sports and entertainment marketing as well with ESPN and Athlon Sports. He'll be overseeing gaming and esports sponsorship marketing at Mastercard and holds a bachelor's in journalism from Ohio State University. Chris Leggett joins Amazon Games as a PR manager. He was most recently with Assembly Media doing PR for Xbox and Microsoft generally for 4 years. He was also with PR for WE Communications as well, but on the Microsoft account in the past. He holds a bachelor's in mass communication from the University of Canterbury. Yael Tabul joins Rainbow Factory as the CEO. Yael was the most recently the CMO of MadBrain Games and also spent 2.5 years at Huge Games doing marketing as well. She spent time at Facebook doing client solutions for casino games and holds a bachelor's in economics from Ben Gurion University of the Negev. Hawk Nelson joins Adder Gaming as the manager of growth. Hawk is a buddy of mine, has been killing in the esports space with NRG. He was most recently doing blockchain strategy and did partnerships with NRG before. He's now at Adder looking after growth opportunities and holds a degree in marketing from DePaul University. Andre Van Room and Om Shrukazit have been promoted in their studio and operations roles at Riot Games. Andre's been with Riot for over 11 years now, as most recently the VP of Game and Product before being promoted to head of League Studios. He will oversee the development of League of Legends, TFT, and Wild Rift, and he holds a master's in transport engineering from the University of Auckland. Om has a plethora of experience in gaming and esports as well, previously working on Wild Rift and will now focus on the Valorant competitive operations. He spent 6 years at Blizzard doing League operations as well and has lots of project management experience in the past. He holds a bachelor's in economics from UCSD. Chris Fitz has been promoted to the Senior Director of Marketing Creative at Gearbox Publishing. Chris was previously Director of Creative Services and will now be overseeing creative teams in California and Texas in his new role. He did creative and producer roles with Red Bull as well as Amazon and Loyal Casper in the past. He holds a degree in Communication and Theater from the University of Puget Sound. Loic Olichan has been promoted to the Senior Manager of EMEA PR at Activision Blizzard. He's been with Activision for 5 years already doing LATAM PR and recently receives his promotion to join Activision Blizzard to oversee the European, Middle East, and Africa markets PR. He's experienced in the PR space working with Future Brand in the past and holds a degree from FATCHA in journalism. Jeff Simkins has been promoted to the COO at Resolve Esports. He was previously Director of Operations for the org part-time, where he was also a police sergeant in 2021. He's been at the Lancashire Constabulary for 9 years as a police officer and holds a degree from University of Central Lancashire in the criminal justice and political science. Jordan Chude Williams has been promoted to Senior Artist Account Manager at Twitch. Jordan was previously an Artist Account Manager and worked with folks like T-Pain, Kenny Beats, and more to form artist relations at Twitch. He's done everything from social media to software engineering and holds a Bachelor of Music and Music Business from NYU. Charlotte Kenny has been promoted to PR Manager for Honest PR. Charlotte has been with Honest for 2 years prior to her promotion, doing account management as a publicist as well. She has lots of experience in PR with Heaven Media and Little Big PR in the past, and she holds a Bachelor of Arts in Film, Cinema, and Video Studies from the University of Surrey. As far as new stuff goes, Kellogg's have launched Tony the Tiger VTuber. What an interesting time to be alive. First, Tony the Tiger was on the TV screen, and now he's on the PC stream. So the launch of this consisted of creators like Gold Glove, Chrissy, Constanza, Big Cheese, and Cleo Thomas doing some giveaways for Frosted Flakes, and other brands like Crunchyroll, MSI, Sanrio, and Sega, all have their own virtual characters promoting their brands too. So I'm curious how to see other brands will catch on to the VTuber type thing. MIBR have launched WIBR for women and non-binary people. It stands for Women in Brazil and aims to create career opportunities in gaming and esports for women and non-binary people. It will be a free registration platform with partners like Riot Games, Ubisoft, Logitech, and more looking to hire. 1047 Games is ending the development of Splitgate, and they're actually starting on a new game. They announced that they're no longer making new features for Splitgate and instead spending their resources on a new game in the Splitgate universe that will be free, built on Unreal Engine 5, and have a shooter with portals as well. They did mention that Splitgate would remain online and items and progression would be saved, essentially confirming the game isn't shutting down, it just won't be getting newer. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the authors and brands themselves for the images provided, and once again, shout out to James Fudge for the People on the Move newsletter. If you want to support him down below, where I get a lot of my information as well, please check out in the comments down below, and everybody have a great day.